Hey guys, welcome back to another Battletech Battle Report. We are checking out Solaris 7. This is the extra, or should I say new game that is in the Battletech Essentials box. We wanted to go ahead and take a look at these rules, as it seems like it's kind of like a gladiator type match between mechs. We're going to be using just the regular rules that come in the box, so it's going to have a lot of stuff that's not in there in the classic, like overheating, the torso twist. All that stuff's not going to be in here, as we're just going to use the more simplified rules of the classic Battletech. This is the map that we're playing on. As you can tell, it's kind of like a coliseum. We have walls that are either lowered or raised throughout the game. Right now they're going to begin as lowered, but as you progress, you're going to be rolling a die, each player, and for whatever die you roll, that is the wall that is raised. So on a 4, that means this would flip, and that means this whole area is now raised. Oh, that's actually says lowered, but it would be raised, so that means it blocks line of sight, and you can't jump over it either. And 2 would be the other one, so this would be the other one that would be either raised or lowered. So right now they're all going to begin in a lowered state, and after every shoot phase, you're going to be rolling these dice. Now, if they roll the same number, that means nothing happens and everything stays the same. We do have some terrain already on the board itself, so you're going to have some light woods, you're going to have some heavy woods, and that'll be something that you can kind of customize throughout the game if you wanted to do that. Our mechs are going to start in these starting areas, so it just depends on what side you want to be on when you roll, and we'll determine that as well here in a bit. And for our contestants, we are going to be using Justin Allard, which is in the Centurion, and he is actually going to be part of the Davion. So at the start of the game, you're going to choose one of the stables, and he's going to be part of the Davion house. So that means he's going to be at a +1 to hit if he at least moves 3 hexes. So you'll add an additional +1 to hit, so making him a little bit harder, a little bit more speedy. Even though we're using the cards, I'm not going to really use any of their pilot cards, since we're not really using points in this game. But I am going to be using the piloting skill, not the piloting skill, the gunnery skill, which is going to be a 1 for Justin. And then he is armed with an AC-10, an LRM-10, and 2 medium lasers. And then on the other side, he is facing Gray Norton, and he is going to be in his trusty rifleman, and he is going to be part of House Kurita. And House Kurita is adding a +1 to hit modifier anytime he is inside woods. So heavy or light, he's going to add an additional +1 to hit, making him a little bit harder to see. And he is going to have 2 large lasers, 2 AC-5s, and 2 medium lasers. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to roll to see who's going to take what side. We'll say blue is going to be Justin, white is going to be Gray. So it looks like Justin is the loser. So we're going to go ahead and set up our mechs, and then we are going to start the game. And before beginning the game, we just want to give a quick shout out to our Crimson Knight Patreon supporters, Bob Boyette and Marcus Jacinto. Thank you so much for helping this channel continue to grow. We apologize for not using this in this game. Unfortunately, it just wouldn't fit on the map. All right, so we have Gray on the bottom. Justin chose the top, so they're pretty much just facing down. Now let's see if any of these walls move or are raised, or if they've remain lowered. So number 6, this becomes raised. So now that's going to give Gray a hard time, because he's going to have to try and run around that. Then number 4 is also raised. So this is now considered raised. So that means this is all open ground, so they can move freely through here. This area is going to be blocked, so they can't jump over. They're going to have to run around. So now let's go ahead and roll for initiative, and let's see who is going to win the first turn. So Gray looks like he lost. Actually, no, not Gray. That's Justin. Gray won, so that means that Justin is going to activate first. So So luckily none of these mechs jumped, but Justin is going to go ahead and run. He runs 6, and actually because of his house, he gets a +1 as long as he moves more than 3. So that means he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to go facing this way because this is what's raised. Actually, you know what? He's going to stay like that because he kind of wants more of a view this way. So he moved 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4, actually 5. So that means that he has the black die, and since he moved at least 5, he is at a +2. So we'll give him that. Black for running, and then the modifier that they need to hit him. My bad. Actually, he is not +1 to move. He is actually going to be here, and he adds a +1 to be hit. So even though he moved 1, 2, 3, 4, it would regularly be a -1, but because of his house, it gives him an additional -1. So he's going to be at a -2 to be hit. So now Gray's just going to move, and he's just going to run as well. And this big old wall is blocking his line of sight. So he's going to move this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's kind of stuck there. And he is at a -1 to be hit. He's not going to have line of sight to him because he's blocked here. So there's technically not going to be any shots going on in this first turn. So that's going to end the first round. Now we're going to go ahead and roll for these walls once again and see what comes up and what comes down. So 4 is now going to be lowered. So 4 goes down. And now it is number 2 that goes to the raised. So now Justin's in trouble because everything is blocked in that spot. So initiative. We've got Justin, looks like he is losing once again. So he's activating first, and Gray is gonna be winning that initiative. Justin's just gonna run once again. So he's gonna move 1, 2, 3, because he has to go this way. 4, 5, 6, and he was going 1, 2, 3, so he's going to be once again at a -2. So Gray's just going to do the same thing. He's just going to run. He's going to run 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to be there like so, and he still has no line of sight to Justin, unfortunately. So he was here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he is going to be at a TM of 2, and he ran. But unfortunately, there isn't going to be any line of sight to be shooting. So still no shots. This is the end of round 2. So on to round 3. So now let's roll to see what walls come up and what comes down. So it's doubles. So nothing changes. It all stays the same. So let's get initiative going. Looks like it's gonna be Gray once again taking the initiative. So Justin, you're up. Justin's just gonna go ahead and run. He runs 6. So he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually he's got to be at a -3 because moving 5 hexes is -2 or +2, and then an additional +1 because he moved more than 3. So now it goes to Justin, or Gray, I should say. And Gray, that's going to be lowered, so he can technically go this way if he wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Torso twist back that way. I don't think it's really going to matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he's going to move this way. 6. Whoops. Don't want to shift that. All right. So he only moved 1, 2, 3. No, he moved enough to at least get a -1 to his, and he actually walked. Actually, no, that's a run because he only moves 4 if he walked. So he's only going to be at a -1. He was trying to get to that cover. He just couldn't make it. So since Justin lost the initiative, he's going to shoot first. So starting with him, he's going to go ahead and do his AC-10. It's got a, this is going to be a short range. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is actually going to be short. So that means he's going to be at a +0. So he's got a TM of 1, or a piloting rating of 1. He ran, so it's +2, so that's a 3, 4 because of his TM. So yeah, he needs 4s or better. Here we go. Shooting is AC-10. He nailed it with an 11. So that is going to be 10 points to location 4. So location 4. That is the right arm. So that is on this side here, 10 points. So we're looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Almost blew off that whole arm. Now he's gonna go ahead and shoot his LRM-10, which actually looks like that's gonna be short. So it's still 0. So it looks like it's still going to be a 4s. So he got a hit. So the LRM-10, I got to roll to see how many missiles hit. So 10 on the cluster. 10 is right there, and then the weapon size is a 10, so it looks like it's going to be there's like 8 missiles. So 8 missiles is going to be divided by 5, so it's going to be 1 damage of 5 and then another damage of 3. So the first one is going to hit the 3. So that is going to be the right arm, and 3 points is going to go into the 6. 6 is the right torso. So after doing the damage, right arm is blown off. So now all he has left is his 2 medium lasers. His first medium laser is going to be a modifier of +2. So it's going to be a 1, 2, 3 because of the range, 4, 5, 6 because he ran. So 6 or better. First medium laser, that one barely hit. That's going to be location 7. So location 7 is the center torso, and it's going to be 5 points, 2, 4, 5. And then the other medium laser, it's going to be a 9. That's going to hit, and that's going to hit location 8. Location 8 is going to be the left torso for 5 points. So now Gray is going to return the favor. So now it's his turn to shoot. So he is going to start off, since he lost his right arm. Oops, I scratched out the wrong one. Well, we know he has a left arm, so he's gonna shoot. We'll start off with the AC-5. It's gonna be short range, that's within 6. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he also has a gunnery skill of a 1. So range is not a factor, but we're gonna add 3 because that is the target modifier. So we're looking at 4, and he ran as well, so he's looking at 6s. 6s to hit. Here comes the AC-5. And he missed. And now we've got the large laser. Same thing, it's still within short range, within 5. And that hits, it's within 6. So it is going to be doing 8 points of damage to location 5. Location 5 is going to be the right leg. So 8 points of damage, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And now he's gonna have his other AC-5. Oh, actually, he should have only had one AC-5 because since his arm is gone, those 2 of those weapons are gone. Okay, so skipping an AC-5, he still has his 2 medium lasers. So first medium laser, that is going to be, oh, it's not going to be a +2. So now we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. He needs 8s because of the range. Missed it by 1, and then his second large laser, he's going to hit. It's going to be 5 points to location 7. Location 7, that is going to be the center torso for 5 points. All right, there we go. That is the end of the shooting phase. Let's roll for some walls and see what happens here. So 2 is raised, and 3 is raised. So there is a wall between both of them now. So 3 got raised and 2 got raised. Or actually, no, 2 got lowered. I'm sorry. 3 did get raised, though. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. And it looks like Gray is still winning. So Justin goes first. Gray's just going to go ahead and run. So he's got to move away from this wall. And he doesn't want to have anything to do with terrain because he knows that he gets that bonus for that terrain. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Kind of put his back to that wall, and he'll still have a little bit of line of sight. And he knows he probably can't get around that thing. Possibly. But, I mean, he's still going to have some sort of range, so he'll probably try and get out of his range. But anyways, he was right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be at least a -2, and he ran. And now it's going to go to Gray. And Gray's actually, he's just going to move 1. And he's just going to back up. 2, 3. All right, so without any other options, Gray's just going to have to take it because he is just not fast enough to try and get around, to try and get some cover. So he's just going to stay there. So it's going to start off with Justin shooting, and he is in his firing arc. So starting with him, we're going to go ahead and start with his AC 10. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is going to be close range. So we're looking at, for gunnery skill 1, he ran 2, 3, and it's a 0 because he didn't move far enough. So it is 3s to hit, and this is for his AC 5. Whoops, I don't want to roll those dice because those are not his. Here we go. So 9, 10 points to location 4. Location 4. Location 4 is going to be the right arm, which is already blown off. So it's just going to transfer over to the right torso. So 10 points, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Almost completely torn off. And now we got the LRN 10. And that's going to hit. LRN 10, let's see how many missiles hit. So we're looking at, let me just reroll that. So it's going to be 9. 9 with the 10, we're looking at 8 missiles once again. So it's going to be a damage of 5, then another damage of 3. So the first 5 is going to be location 9. 9 is going to be the left leg. So 5 points, 2, 4, 5. And then it's going to be 3 points to location 5. 5 is going to be the right leg now. So 3 points. All right. And that is the LRN 10. So now we got 2 medium lasers. The medium laser is going to be another +2. So it's going to be 5s because it was a 1, 2, 3 for running, 4, 5 because of the range. Because he's not quite within 3. So 5s are better. He barely hits it with a 6. So it's going to be 5 points to location 7. Center torso, 5 points. So it's 3, 4, 5. And then let's hit the other large laser. And that one does miss. It got a 3. So Gray's going to return the favor. So now he's shooting. So he is 4 away. He's got his AC 5. So it's going to be in short range. So no modifiers there. So he is a gunnery skill of a 1. He walked, which is a 2. And then the target modifier is another 2. So he needs 4s or better. 4s are better to hit. That is a drop die, so let's just roll this. So he hit. And location, I guess we'll have to roll the blues. Location 9. So location 9, that is going to be left leg for 8 points. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. So now let's see if we can't hit his AC or large laser now. Oops, actually that was the AC5, so it should have been 5 points. I'll subtract 3. But let's see if the large laser hits now. So the large laser did hit, and it was short range because it's within range 5. So it is 8 points of damage to location 5. So let's just delete. Let's just erase that. That's what we gotta love about this dry erase. So it's location 5. It's the right leg now. So he's already been hit there. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Uh-oh, so the leg's blown off. So now he's not gonna be able to run anymore, I think. I have to look that up and see what kind of rules there are for that particular thing. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off rolling his attacks, but according to the rules, once one of the legs or both of the legs are blown off, he cannot move. So I think this one is pretty much over because there is no torso twist, so he's just gonna get shot to death. All Rifleman has to do is just walk around back here behind his back and pretty much just finish him off. But let's go ahead and finish this shooting phase. He's got his 2 medium lasers are the only thing that are left, and it's going to be medium range. So it's still a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he needs 6s. So the first one, he got a hit. Let's just roll both of them. And second one, you got a hit. So the first 5 points is going to go to 5. 5 is going to be the right leg again. So that's blown off, so it gets transferred up. So 2, 4, 5. And then it's going to be another 5 points to location 8. 8 is going to be the left torso, which is right over here. 2, 4, 5. And actually, that's all the shots. So that's going to end this phase. And we're just going to clear this off. And then let's go ahead and roll to see what walls come down or what goes up. So 3, now this goes down. So that even spells even more trouble for the Centurion because he can no longer move. And then 2 is going to be raised. So that whole thing is blocked. And now let's just do initiative. So once again, Gray has won these initiatives this whole game. So that means Justin has to move first. He can't move because his leg's blown off. So that means it goes right back to Gray. And since he didn't move, actually I think it just stays as a 6 and it's white. Because he didn't move at all, so there is no modifiers that hit him. So now Gray just has to, actually, I guess he could just run. So he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually he could just stay like that if he wanted to. And now he's out of his firing arc, so all Gray has to do is just finish him off. So let's go ahead and shoot. He can't shoot anything, so it's just gonna be him blasting there. So we're looking at his AC5. So he is now completely within close range. So it's a modifier of a 1. He walked, that's 2. I think he was here. Actually, no, he was here. So then 1, 2, 3. He only moved 3, so it doesn't really matter. He's not going to get shot anyway. So it's going to be 2s to hit. He completely stayed stationary, and I think there's even. If they stay stationary, nope, there's no modifiers, nothing at all. So he just needs 2s. AC5, he hits. His AC5, it's 5 points to location 8. Location 8, that's going to be the right torso, which is right over here. So 5 points, 3, 4, 5. Now he's going to hit with his large laser. He's going to hit once again. Location 5 is the right leg, which is just going to transfer up. That's 8 points. So we're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then he just has his medium lasers, and they're actually in close range. So he's just gonna need, once again, he's just gonna need 2s. So that's a hit. Okay, the other one, also gonna hit. So medium lasers are gonna be 5 points apiece. So the first one is gonna hit at the 3. The 3 is gonna be the right arm. So that hasn't taken any damage. So 2, 4, 5. And then the second one is going to be an 11. 11 is the left arm. So 2, 4, 5. It's another 5 points. And his shot's done. But once again, once this round ends, we would just roll again for walls. The 6 and the 5. So 6 would be raised. Or actually that would be lowered, and then the 5 is going to be raised. He can't move. Actually, I guess I would just roll to see who takes initiative. Actually, it would be tied, so I have to re-roll it. Hey, look at that. Justin finally won, but he can't move. Gray's just going to stand still. He's not going to move either. Or actually, he probably could. He could walk. I mean, that doesn't really matter because he's in the range that it needs to be. You know, Gray can't do anything. So, I mean, Gray can shoot. Justin can't do anything. So Gray would just go ahead and blast. He hits with his AC5. Hits him in location 4, which is the right arm. Actually, he keeps using him in the right arm. It's going to take a while. So 3, 4, 5. And then you got his AC5, not his AC5, his large laser. Large laser hits. Location 10 is going to be 8 points. Location 10 is the left arm. So now we're looking at 3, 6, 7, 8. And then he just has his 2 medium lasers. That's going to hit. Actually, I think that still hits because he didn't move. He gets no modifiers. He doesn't move, no modifiers. So it's just a gunnery skill of a 1, and he stands still. So yeah, that's gonna hit. So first 5 points is going to 5. First 5 points. Location 5 is the right leg, which is once again blown off. Gets transferred. That's blown off. So it's just gonna be here. 2, 4, 5. So now all he needs is to hit that one spot there. And you either take out the head or you take out the torso, and it's pretty much a game. That's the head. 5 points. So it's 3, 4, 5. And once again, the Justin can't do anything. So now you're looking at just walls. 5 and the 3. 5 gets lowered. 3 gets higher, but he is not standing on there, so he is fine. These would come off, but it doesn't really matter because they cannot move. He wouldn't move, so it would just stay at 6 because there'd be no reason for him to move. And then looks like Gray would take the initiative first, so that means Justin would just stand still. Gray would just blast. And Gray's going to shoot with his AC5. So he's going to get a hit. It's going to be location 3. Location 3 is just the right arm. So it's 5 points. So now that arm is completely gone. And now he's going to do his large laser, which is going to hit location 5. Location 5 is the right leg, already blown off, transfers, and that's just going to take him out. That takes care of his torso, which is the middle, and the center. Once the center torso is gone, that's pretty much game. But we'll finish it off. Here we go. He's got his 2 medium lasers, and that's going to hit. Other medium laser, that's going to hit. Location for the first one is a 5. It's the right leg, blown off, blown off. It doesn't really transfer because it's already blown off. So I would say, I guess I would just transfer this way. So it's 3, 4, 5. And then the other one is just gonna hit location 8. Location 8 is the left torso, and that's gonna take out completely the whole torso. So that would pretty much end the game there, but it was pretty much over as soon as we blew off the leg. Because again, in these rules, there is no torso twist. There's nothing you can do. Once the leg's blown off, he just can't move. He remains stationary. He can still shoot, but he's able to just run around and just take them out. So there you go, guys. That was Battletech Essentials, the Solaris 7 rule set. And it was pretty fun. It's pretty cool. I would love to maybe retry it again and maybe use the actual Battletech rules so that we can kind of take advantage of these pilots and their rule set, because they have quite a few different rules for overheating and stuff, so it really wouldn't pertain to this rule since we don't use any of that. And it was pretty nasty with the gunnery skill 1 and 1. That makes it very simple to really hit guys and take people apart. So I would probably say, if you guys just want to get like a more of a learning game, I would probably say don't use the pilots and just give yourselves a bit gunnery skill 4 and 4. That probably balance it out a little bit better compared to the ones, because it does make it easier. Or if you want a quick game, yeah, sure, use the pilots. I mean, you can pretty much use any pilots in this game. I was just using guys that come in the actual box itself. But I mean, you could use either or. And the only reason I didn't really use any of the back skills is because I wasn't really using a point system. I just pretty much just picked one mech, and I just grabbed pilots that pretty much had the same gunnery skill. So they both had ones, and they both were pertaining to the same mech in the picture. That's the only reason I used them. So, and there you have it, guys. House Kurita taking it home against House Davion in the very first Solaris 7 battle report on the channel. If you guys enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe below. Comment below as well if you saw anything wrong. I always read those and try to get better at the game. Also, if you guys want to support the channel and help us grow, check out our Patreon page. There is a link down in the description below. For as low as $3 a month, you can get exclusive content and also be entered to win our monthly prizes as well, and other stuff as well that we're going to be adding in there. Guys, that's going to be pretty much it for this battle report. Thank you so much for all your support. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Keep rolling dice and always paint your walls crimson. Take care.